Hi, everyone. This is Tony Martinez of the CDPE, and welcome to the great reveal, the day that we have been waiting for since I acquired the CDPE well over a year and a half ago. Today is the official launch, liftoff, if you would, of the CDPE Advanced Marketing Program. Yes, it's back and better than ever. So we're going to get into specificity in terms of what this program is all about. But I just want to go ahead and give this little caveat right now. We have on the call, I'm sure, folks that were CDPEs back in the day before I acquired it and maybe have not renewed their membership. We have some folks on the call that this is the first time you're being exposed to the CDPE. And I believe that the bulk of the folks on the call or listening to this recording are going to be active CDPEs. Well, this program is for you. This is exclusively for active current CDPEs. Of course, before we're done, if you're not a CDPE, we're going to take care of that. We're going to remedy that. You're going to have an opportunity to go ahead and join the membership and everything else. I just wanted to give a couple of quick updates. We just came back from a very successful show, the NAR convention in Orlando. Numbers were a little bit impacted, of course, because of the storm, but we had quite a few OGs. I call my old guard or original gangster, take your pick. They came by the booth and said hi, and we took pictures, and we had some testimonial videos. It was really great to see many of our members there. And without a doubt, we're in the right place at the right time because the need for this is tremendous. Now, let me give you a little bit of background on the old CDP program and then what we're doing this time around. For those of you that were CDPs back in the day, you know that one of the most popular things that were introduced was the advanced program, which is basically a turnkey marketing system, a kit, a bundle, that all you basically had to do was get the information out there. And it was comprised of an amazing distressed property website, and also the marketing tools. Digital. Okay, there's someone, get one of my co-hosts to help me mute everyone there. Okay, it's never a Zoom call unless someone is ordering something from Taco Bell as you're really getting into the content, right? And you know, it was amazing. There were, I think, tens of thousands of agents. I mean, the CDP before was up to 48,000 members, and tens of thousands were advanced members. And ever since I acquired the CDP, people have been asking me, when are you bringing it back? When are you bringing it back? I go, can you let me build up the membership just a little bit before we go ahead and launch it? But I knew that I could not do it alone. This time around, I don't have a staff of tens and hundreds that I can do this. So I sought out the best in the industry to help me put this package together so that we can introduce it to our members. I like to introduce these individuals here. And in fact, what I'm going to do is stop sharing my screen and go ahead and start introducing. And in no particular order, but I'm going to start with Michael Tridhart. I met Michael Tridhart and Jeff Kale as the result of, I don't know who approached who, but let me tell you something I wish I hadn't done. I looked at their program and I decided to try to do it with somebody else because it was cheaper. Okay, you know how that ended, right? It was a disaster. And I ended up coming back to them saying, guys, I'm sorry. I should have gone with you to begin with, but these guys are social media and website experts. We also have on the call Jordan Kale. Jordan is a design developer genius. They're the ones that are bringing forth the website component. And as you can see, the sample website, my personal website on the screen there. I also have Brandon Lauder. Now, a lot of you may remember Brandon from the CDP days. He also was basically the lead instructor for the CIAS designation, which is a Certified Investor Agent Specialist. No sooner did I acquired the CDP, Brandon acquired the CIAS designation. So he's going to be reintroducing that very, very soon. But we've been friends for forever now. And we have partnered because he is a content guy. and he has put together the bundle that will comprise the rest of the marketing package. I'm just a pretty face. As you can see, I'm just a pretty face in this thing. They're doing the heavy lifting. So Michael, take it away and show them what an amazing website we've created for them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everyone, for being on here. I appreciate the short amount of time to share with you. I'm going to talk a little bit about the website itself, what the consumer is going to experience when they go to the site. Then I'm going to turn it over to Jordan and Jeff from my team, and they're going to talk about certain components that you guys are going to have access to. But when we go out and we design websites, not just for CDPE, but for real estate agents, for tons of different business verticals, the very first thing that we're going to design for is mobile. So these sites are designed for mobile first. So speed is a huge aspect of this. You'll see that come into play when Jeff talks about the SEO capabilities of these sites. He's going to show you some of the examples that he's already having with his website, which is actually right here as well. So you can have a video component on the homepage. You can have a static image component on the homepage. You come down, the biggest thing on this website is every single one of these lead capture opportunities are going to be driving back to you, the agent. It's not going to go to CDPE. It's not going to go to Tony. It's not going to go anywhere else. It's going straight to you. You don't have to worry about creating the ebook. We already have the content created. So we've already created lead capture hooks throughout the site. You've got video tips as well, and you can see those at the top of the page. You're going to have some resources that you guys can share and position yourself as the expert, as the CDPE expert in your area. You're going to have FAQs with short sales up here at the top, all that information. We also have preloaded the site with some blogs that you can then go out and share on social media. So we've got some information already in there. Big part of that, of course, is original content. So you are going to have the opportunity in the back office of your site to go out and create original content. So if you have created some blog posts about the market and the market that we're going to see in 23 and 24, and you want to share that on your site, by all means, you can do so. So this is designed to be a standalone, mobile-first website that is going to be a huge lead capture opportunity for anybody who takes advantage of the advanced program. So that's just a little bit about what the consumer is going to see on the front-facing side. I'm going to turn it over to Jordan. I'm going to let him talk about the back office.
Let me, if I may, sure. Michael,
yep.
One of the reasons why we're doing this is I've always taught and preached that when someone is losing their home, when they go to an agent's website, they're not there to look at listings. They don't care about your IDX. They don't care about your current listings. They don't want to see, videos of you walking hand in hand with your loved one at the beach and all that. They're losing their home. They're looking for answers, solutions, options. And this is why it's so important to have a dedicated website just for your distressed property segment of the business.
And that's such a good point, because again, they are in crisis mode. Mm-hmm. They're at a pain point. They don't really, quite honestly, they don't really care about your team. They don't care about your pretty photographs. They don't care about anything else other than, are you the person? Are you the solution for my pain?
Sure. And Michael, if you could also, I know you showed on it there as well. There is a video that we recorded where it's me addressing your website visitor. And I think it's important because it gives like a third party, not necessarily validation, but what I'm doing is I'm reaching out to them. I'm saying the reason why you're here is because obviously you're in a difficult position. And what I'm really trying to convey is that they should take the extra step to reach out to the agent whose site that they're on and give this agent the opportunity of doing everything possible to help them. And we conclude the short video with foreclosure is not the only option.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're positioning you as that expert, that person that they can come to in a tough time. And I'm going to let Jordan speak here in just a moment. Let me kind of tee it up for Jordan. Jordan is our lead designer. And quite honestly, he's a genius when it comes to web design, creating the back office, making it simple. Because I know a lot of people out there, when we start talking about websites and the ability to add new content to your site and the training that goes with that, a lot of people kind of glaze over like, I'm a real estate agent. I'm not a web designer. I'm not a techie. He has designed a system that makes it super simple for you to maximize the benefit of your websites and this whole process. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jordan. He's going to share with you a little bit about the back office.
All right. Hi, everybody. Just want to make sure you can hear me. Okay.
Yep.
And you can see my screen, right? Before I start.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to give you a quick little tour of the back end of the system. I know Michael just showed you the front end. So this is your dashboard. This is the kind of the hub, the Grand Central Station, if you will. And this is the screen that you're going to see when you first log in. You have shortcut links to popular areas that you're going to frequently probably go. You got a message from Tony, and you also have all your CDPE resources back here as well, such as logos, and then also the monthly marketing campaign. So you can click any one of these and it'll take you to Tony's marketing system for all the content. We also have a crash course here. This is a training library that is going to constantly be growing. That's going to show you how to fully utilize your site. And then, of course, we have support as well. So if you have any questions or problems or suggestions, you can open up a ticket. Let me show you the crash course here. So we're going to load this up with videos, and this whole system is evergreen in the sense that it's going to constantly be growing. This is not a system that we built that's one and done. We're going to constantly be adding to it. You could actually see on my whiteboard behind me already planning a future update coming out probably in a week or so. So we're constantly going to be growing and evolving this. Now, as Michael said, we made it super easy for you to customize and make changes on your site. So for example, I have a background video being displayed here. Let me just refresh this. All right, so if you want to change any background image, you just select the image that you want, hit save, and then when you refresh the page, that new image will show. It's as simple as that. You don't need to worry about finding images, sizing them, uploading them. You just simply choose the image you want to use, hit save, and it'll just load. Same thing with the videos. We have a couple different video options for you to choose from if you want a background video option. And I should note that we will be constantly adding more design options back here as well. Another little thing that we added was, I know some agents, they like to be seen as individual, and some, as a team. So like, for example, contact us versus contact me. If you want these buttons to say contact me, all you have to do is change it back here. And on the front end of the system, it'll change all the contact us's to contact me. Just another little thing that we have thought of for you. And then you have your agent profile. So you enter in all your information here. And when we set this up for you, we will actually be entering this in initially for you. So you don't have to worry about it. And then we also have Zapier API integration. So you can connect these websites to any app on Zapier. So pretty much any CRM, anything that's on Zapier, you can connect these sites to. So when somebody fills out a lead on this website, it can feed into whatever CRM that you're using. Even social media links, very easy to add and update. So you'll see there's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And on the front end of the website is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Now, so for example, if I were to add any social media profiles, it'll automatically add those icons for you. So if you ever, let's say you just start with Facebook, you can always come in easily and add more social platforms as you want. And then the last thing I want to show you is the blog post. Michael mentioned these, but one thing I want to talk about is, I'll go into this one. So what we do actually is we take your name and your location from your profile, and we'll actually output it into the blog post. So you'll see under agent profile here, I have the name of, Jessica. and the city is, Orlando, Florida, it automatically takes the name from the profile, so that'll be your name and your location, and sprinkles it into the blog post. So you'll see it sprinkles it into here. That way it adds a little bit of uniqueness to the blog post itself. And as part of the program, we will be adding at least one blog post to your site for you every month, which is another huge value add. That's, pretty much what Keeping Current Matters does, except it's included in this system. So I think that's, all I have for a quick little tour for you. If anybody has any questions, be more than happy to answer. And I'm going to turn it over to whoever's next.
Well, I'll go ahead and take over, and then I'll introduce Jeff. But Jordan, that's awesome. And guys, just so you know, it's a continual evolution. Some of the things that he's added into the system have been in the past couple of days, and like you said with the whiteboard, we're continually going in and adding more information. So a big part of the page that you're seeing right now is the have a problem, create a ticket, because it's not always about a problem. I always tell everybody, this is man, I wish I had this. I wish I had that in the system. We're always going to be looking to evolve and grow that program. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff. Jeff,
sorry, Michael.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Just one more thing, because you mentioned the ticket. We've been building these systems for many, many years, and part of the evolution and how we've grown comes from our client feedback. Many times a client will suggest something, and in the next update, that'll be added. So we're always looking to, hear suggestions. Michael mentioned a ticket. We actually made opening a ticket even easier. Some people said, I don't want to have to enter my name and email address when creating a ticket. So now when you click create a ticket, it automatically adds whatever name and email address you have under your settings here. So we try to think of everything to make it as easy as possible for you.
Okay. Hey, Jordan, I got a couple of good questions in the chat area. One wrote, what happens if I work multiple cities? Another one, what happens if I work multiple states? So what you just shared as far as the blog and the sprinkling, that would be limited to the information that's currently under profile, or does that have the ability in the future maybe to be customized a little bit?
So we could definitely in the future, adding multiple cities and states is a possibility under the profile, if that'll help, a number of people. Another thing that you could do right now, literally, is you can log in. So any of the blog posts that we add for you, you can not only go in and edit it, but we also kind of encourage you edit it as well. So you can come into any of the blog posts that we add, just like this, and you could just edit whatever you want, so you have full control over that.
You can put in the cities and states that you desire, for sure.
Yeah, so you can add in, any city, state, you just type whatever you want in there.
Tony, one of the questions is, will the websites be in Spanish? Do you want to address that one?
Yes, it's definitely on our to-do list. We're looking at probably first quarter of next year to introduce it. We had to first introduce the English one, and we're working through all of the suggestions, the feedback. The good news is, and this is my feeling on this, and I could be wrong, that the back office aspect of the Spanish language one can all stay the same, and it can be English. What's important is that the consumer-facing side all be in Spanish. And if that's the direction that we go with, which I believe is what we want to do, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to introduce this sooner than later. But I would say at the rate we're going, definitely by February of next year, that is something we want to make available.
And then one more thing just to add is we also added an accessibility widget here. This is for, I'm sure you guys have probably, heard or seen about this, agents maybe getting in trouble because their website is not ADA compliant. So we added this here as well, and that will have you covered in that aspect as well. This is for, people with disabilities, accessibility. So
that's good.
We have all those options. Like I said, we try to think of everything so you don't have to.
Yeah. Jordan, on the blog area, is it a copy and paste, or is it inserting a link from one of the companies that puts out news and everything else, or is it a combination?
So yeah, it's a combination. Yeah, it's just a combination. It depends on, you know, what we have in the month, but it's a combination of, you know, just local, global news, whatever that's relevant.
So they can
and-
take a link and pop it in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, that you guys can also drop in your own videos. Like I just finished a training session this morning and I was talking to one of the agents in there and they're committed to doing 3 videos a week. And I'm like, that's exactly what this blog platform can do, is you can turn it into a vlog. So if you wanted to talk about the different communities that you're focused on, you absolutely can drop in videos into this element. You know, this blog aspect is yours to create whatever you want, or take what we provide and you guys can use that and market that as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Customer testimonials, you know, you have a successful
Absolutely.
short
Yeah.
sales and all that, get them to record.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Well, we could go on and on about all the things this does, but we want to be also very careful to make sure that we get you done in time. We have 2 other key components to discuss. What would a website discussion be without SEO? You want to go ahead and introduce Jeff?
Absolutely. So Jeff Kale is also part of my team. Very fortunate to have Jeff as part of the team. He is my business partner. And Jeff, his background, he's been a real estate agent for years and years and has worked in this space as an agent, but also as the designer. But prior to that, he was the IT director for Petco. So his specialty is getting our clients to the first page of Google. And that's his forte. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jeff and allow him to share a little bit about his focus and what these sites can do for you from a Google point of view.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here today and welcome to everyone. There's some people from Hawaii here, which I love. You know what? Side note, I moved to Hawaii because I learned how to generate leads while I sleep. And so that's what I do. I've been in real estate for many years, and quick story. When I first got into real estate, went to work for Keller Williams and they said, Jeff, go knock on 200 doors. Guess what? I did it one time and I hated it. I didn't like the rejection. And so what I did was I took my internet skills and I learned how to generate leads, go to sleep at night, wake up and have business. And, you know, ended up capping my first couple of years. And then people started asking me to do it for them. So that's what I've been doing all these years. And now I'm still in real estate. I understand how a real estate agent is. You guys are just too busy. It's busy. You don't have time to futz around with this. I'm looking at what Jordan created here. Like, wow. Oh my gosh, you guys see how easy it is to change things? Okay, so here's the deal. You get a website. If you don't drive traffic, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, expect nothing. You've got to drive traffic. And that's what we're going to help you with. Can you see my lead funnel, guys? Can you see that screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so this is a lead funnel. This is gonna go really quickly here. So a lead funnel, you've all heard about a lead funnel before. Mine's super easy. This is a customer path. So you know, when you have someone, they don't know who you are, how do you get them to meet you on the internet and go into your funnel? Okay, so you do that with Google. Michael Trithart didn't say anything. He's like a Google expert. He is a Google expert. So Google, that's your Google business page. SEO, and SEO is getting to page 1 of Google for free. That's what we mostly think about, but it could also be YouTube. And then also social media. Once you get people to find you on the web, you got to convert them. That's the second level. If you don't convert them, you've wasted your time. And so we have great lead conversion with this, with the lead capture form. Next, Jordan talked about it. With the Zapier key, you can connect to any CRM. Actually, I've never seen a CRM that you haven't been able to connect to. All of the major CRM platforms, KV Core, I know what everyone's using. KV Core, you're using Follow Up Boss, Brevity, they're all you can connect to all of them. KW Systems, the whole thing. And then number 4, that's you maintaining loyalty. Okay, that's a whole other thing. So we're not going to get into that. So this is what you do, and let me show you the results of that. I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of my search terms. Let me shift gears here. Can you see my desktop?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So this is one search term. And this is one blog post, okay? And so I'm with KW. I'm in Hawaii. I'm not in San Diego. I used to be in San Diego. So this is the search term, Keller Williams Realty, Sabre Springs. And this is the competition to get to page one for that search term, 251,000. Sounds like a lot, but it's not that much. So this is me. I'm on page one of Google for free, and I'm in Hawaii. And so, might not seem like a big deal, but you can do this with so many different search terms. Basically, I'm on every search term for every market center in my region, including some of my competitors, with my phone number. So what I do, my business is, I'm in Hawaii, I'm not closing leads there. I just sell them to other agents and collect a referral fee. Here's another one, sell your San Diego home. 261 million other web pages trying to get to page one. And this is me, one blog post. By the way, I don't write anything. I need to let you guys know that. I wordsmith it, and we're going to show you how to do that with my phone number right here. So people call me. Okay. And then I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to stop and show you what can be done with the CDPE websites. I've been doing this for a long time, and I had a limiting belief, and the limiting belief was, well, I can go up against small other real estate agencies and all, but what about Zillow? And so this is the search term, Zillow, San Diego, home values. That's a top search term. This is Zillow. It's their search term. And then that's me with Zillow beating out Redfin and all the other people. So this is my beta site. I got this, and within weeks, I did a blog post, save your San Diego home. The competition, 271 million. There's one other person here. This is a brand new site, new domain name, and this is me right here. By the way, I didn't put my phone number on it because I don't want anyone calling me. This is just a demo site. So that's one blog post for free. Okay, and so that's the power of SEO. I'll show you one more. I have a whole bunch of these already going here. Save your Hawaii home from foreclosure, hit that. And then if you look right here, this is your pay-per-click. Someone paid here probably $5 to $7 a click. Here's the government website. The first organic result is me, leading back to me. So too bad I don't sell real estate anymore. And I could go on and on. I have a whole bunch of these already. So this is all done by blogging. It's part of our training, and let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, guys, is it's not a magic bullet, what we're talking about. There is a little bit of work behind it, but not a lot of work, because we put the foundation in place on these sites to make it Google friendly, to make them show up. And in conjunction with what Jeff does with his type of training, the training that I do on Google business pages and all the other aspects, this can happen for you pretty quickly. And there was a question in the chat about the domain names. Can we use our own domains? We actually want you to have control over your own domains. This is a site that is going to give you control. You're going to have the domain. You're going to have the login information. You're going to be able to go in and access. You're not going to be beholden to us. You don't have to wait on us to go in and work on the training or make some tweaks and changes to it. One of the things that we will be committed to doing for you is to make sure that the security plugins and all the WordPress plugin updates are always up to date. Our sites are never down. We built systems like this for other verticals, and they have never been down. And that's our commitment to you, is that we're going to put the focus and energy and effort into making sure that these sites are always up, lead generating for you.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, we can go on and on, but you can see that we really made these websites to be as user-friendly as possible. Changing the images yourself just within a matter of a minute or so. Now, we're not done. We've just been talking about one aspect of the package, and that is the website aspect of it. But there's so much more that goes into marketing to distressed homeowners, and we wanted to make sure that you had the complete bundle, the complete package. And this is where Brandon comes in. So Brandon and I go back many years from our days at the CDPE and as a CIAS, as I mentioned earlier. And he's also a marketing wizard and a content genius. And I can't stand looking at a blank sheet of paper. So I said, Brandon, look, you take over this part of it. So he's going to discuss the other components that are part of the advance. So Brandon, you want me to go ahead and share my screen and what we talked about?
I can do it if you want.
Okay, no, go for it.
All right. Sounds good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see everybody. Tony, thank you for having me. And then obviously Michael, Jeff, and Jordan. Pretty amazing what you guys have put together there for the website. Tony, you know, this is my 29th year in real estate. I've closed over 3,900 transactions in my career, quite a few hundred short sales and foreclosures. Not only was I an instructor, but our team tripled our business using that original advanced marketing kit that we used to get. There was a lot more effort in getting that out there than there is, you know, today. We've definitely got technology on our hand. And as amazing as the website is, we also have to be in a position to drive traffic to it. Now, I don't have Jeff's handwriting skills, so I had to type it here. But again, just to follow exactly what Jeff is saying is it doesn't help us if we're not getting leads, capturing the leads, and converting the leads. But most of us also have a database and a sphere. And there's typically two major challenges that we have. We're always looking for the next deal. We're always looking for a lead, but we also have people in our own surroundings, and they can be vendors, whatever it is. And we don't necessarily do a very good job of continually nurturing them. And part of what you're alluding to, Tony, is having good content. And I think that's something that we'll be able to hit. So we've created amazing content package, not just to help direct people from different avenues to your website, but we're also going to provide you content and topics of conversation to engage with your current database. As much as we want to help people buy, sell, and invest in real estate, there's a credibility factor that goes into this, and Tony alluded to that at the very beginning. And your website, for at least for all intents purposes, to me is not where they go to search for real estate. They're looking to see, are you real? Is your brand consistent? You know, I want to make sure I'm legit. And I think what we're being able to offer here is really inclusive of that. So we should all agree that we definitely need to do all three of those things. So where we're really going with this, what's included in this kit is every month you're going to get a fresh topic regarding what's going on in, whether it's the foreclosure, the forbearance market, anything that people are dealing with distressed properties. And remember, one of the things we taught in CDPE was sometimes a distressed property doesn't necessarily mean they're in default, right? It could be condition, right? The condition of property could be a distressed sale. So, and I think you guys can drive down most any neighborhoods in most major cities and you probably find a house or two that needs work, right? So this is a great way for us to give you a suite of things that you can leverage. And I know there's a list here. Let me just kind of go through this real quick. You're going to get a 4-page report, a 2-sided flyer, a postcard template as an example. And the beauty of this is, even though it's branded for the monthly topic, all of the things that you will have the ability to edit, like the postcard, the report, the flyer, they'll be provided to you in a Canva template so that you can put your own stamp on it. You can put your own information on it. So if you've got an admin or a virtual assistant, somebody helping you with your marketing, you'll have the ability to customize those things. The rest of them, email templates, et cetera, come in a Word doc, so you'll be able to edit those as well. But let me just highlight a couple of the new things that we're doing. Video is really, really big. So in our implementation guide, we have a video script. And what's cool about that is you can simply download a teleprompter app. You copy and paste the video script in it, and you can do your own little video right there, 15 seconds at the most, and you can post that. The key to all of this, right, is to try and get them to call you. So you need to make sure you have a call to action, either sending them directly to your website or your domain is a great opportunity. The texting script, which is new, some of us have automated systems. Jeff mentioned KV Core, so a lot of our CRMs now have the ability to send out a text. You're going to get social media posts. So these are already provided for you. All you got to do is plug it in, run your post, and direct them hopefully back to your website or to instant message you, whatever it is that you're doing. And more importantly, you get every month a distribution calendar. So it just tells you there's a guide of which day to send what of these products out to your sphere. And what's cool is you might not use all of these things, but I guarantee you there's 3 or 4 things in there that you're going to love to use frequently, and that's going to help get you some traction. So give you an example of what we have coming up next month is the foreclosure alternatives under the magnifying glass. So the goal is to provide the content you need to have the conversations that you're looking for that no other real estate agent is doing and talking about. So that's it in a nutshell, Tony.
All right, thank you. So you can see this is just an amazing bundle, and we have you covered with old school marketing, new school, video, digital, because you have to use all of the above. Now, by now, at least one of you is thinking, okay, you already had me at welcome to the thing. Okay, how do we get started and everything else? So Michael, you want to go ahead and take them over to the CDP Advanced site?
Might help if I unmute. Before we do that, let's answer some of the questions.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is more for Brandon. Amy was asking Brandon, do we need to have the paid version of Canva when editing?
You do not. You can use the free version of Canva.
Great question.
So the template will come, pretty loaded for you to just go ahead and add your logo and, just copy text. And what's cool is you can download it from Canva as a PDF. You can download it as a PNG or a JPEG. So there's a lot of flexibility there for free.
Okay, awesome. And then Jordan, you had a couple of things that you wanted to share real quick.
Yeah, there's just a couple questions I'm seeing on pages and also domain names. So just real quick, so you do need your own domain name to use one of these websites. These websites are set up to be turnkey so that we can create them, very fast for you. We just need a few basic pieces of info. Essentially, whatever you see in the profile, so name and things like that. And we also need your domain name. Now, the reason for that is, we're not like other companies that are going to make you use a subdomain on their actual domain. We want you to be building up, gaining SEO on a domain that you own. That's very important to us, agent-owned business. And another thing I want to mention is, jump on this fast and buy your domain name fast, because the good domain names don't last forever. We've launched multiple various systems like this, and after some time, a lot of the domain names that you might want for your CDPE website might not be available. You might have to resort to some weird, funky names with hyphens and stuff. So.
Yeah. Plan B domains are not the best. You want to get the good .coms for sure.
Yeah. And let me add also, because I know this will come up, someone will have the bright idea, to say, hey, I'm going to put CDPE in my domain name. No.
Yeah.
That's trademark to me, guys. Let's not do that. So you do want to do a domain name that might be specific to distressed properties, something that is different and separate from what you're doing for your traditional properties. But let's avoid any issues, but don't use a CDP itself in your domain name. Now let's talk about what all this costs and everything else. So we wanted to do everything possible to make this as affordable. Okay, there are some of you that remember how it was back in the day, and it used to be $99 a month. What was that, 12, 13, 14 years ago? Simply impossible with this much content and technology to go ahead and match that. But I think we're very, very close. So we are right now on cdpeadvanced.com. Maybe someone can type that into the chat area, because here's what we're doing. We believe that only a certain percentage of any membership, any group, is going to take their membership, their participation to the highest level. And what we wanted to do was reward the first 100 to go ahead and sign up for this program. So instead of the standard $297 setup fee, and that is a one-time setup fee, it is slashed to $147 for the first 100. And then your monthly commitment, and this is no long-term contract, your monthly commitment is $197 a month. Now, when you look at the bundle, and I'm not trying to turn this into some kind of infomercial or anything like this, but when you look at the amount of content and materials that's included, because if you click where it says what's included, if you had to do this by yourself, what would you pay? Just one time, and also every single month, if you wanted to sit there and create all of these pieces, because it's not just content, it's also visually attractive images to capture their attention. So as you scroll down, you'll see that there's an area. Oh, it looks like someone's already beat us there. There's 99 that are left. So we just don't waste any time, right? So this is where you get started, folks. It all happens right here. And I'll leave it to Jordan. Now, one of the things we had to do a two-step process here to maintain the integrity of the program. When someone does sign up, that information is sent to my office, and we verify that that person is in fact an active CDPE. So you can't have let your membership lapsed if you haven't renewed, or if you never reinstated, or if you're brand new and haven't done the course. We're not saying you can't place your order and reserve your spot, but we're going to have to slow that process down a little bit while we get you enrolled in the CDPE class, or we get your membership reactivated or renewed. And those questions and those concerns can be addressed to support@cdpe.com, support@cdpe.com. There is no coupon code needed to go ahead and get this special price. As of right now, for the first 100, or in this case 99, the system will recognize that you're in that first group and automatically give you that special pricing. After that, it reverts back to $297 one-time setup fee and $147 a month. Michael, you want to chime in?
Yeah, guys. So, I mean, it's a huge opportunity for the first, of course, 100 to jump on it, not only from a price point of view, but also from a market point of view. Jordan mentioned the domain names. You want to go ahead and secure that. But it's a race, you know, and it's a race against fellow CDPE members to get that market claim, that market stake. I'm originally from Oklahoma, so, you know, it's the land run. It's the CDPE land run right now. And those that jump on it sooner than later, which is why you have the term Sooners in Oklahoma, is the ones that are going to have success and going to have some pretty big success with this. And everything that Brandon has included in the marketing campaign that he's put together, I think that is, I mean, what we've done is really good. Couple that with everything that Brandon's done. I mean, my opinion, it's a complete no-brainer. And you have to prepare for the market that is not only coming, it's already here. It's just going to start growing and growing in more markets. And I think that's the biggest thing is it's time to make that change. It's time to adjust.
Yes, let me address a couple of questions, really good ones, by the way.
Tony, can I interrupt just real quick?
Sure.
I'll let you finish up. I don't mean to interrupt, but I think something that's important to realize, you know, as a real estate professional, how much time is involved, not only coming up with whatever the topic's going to be. Tony said this earlier. It's like coming up with, does it look pretty? All of those things. And we actually did studies on these kits. Admins, virtual assistants, the average time spent to put this kit together is between 32 and 45 hours. So whoever you're paying hourly, just to even put this together, right? I mean, it's a considerable savings of time so that you can go do what you need to do, and that's put deals together.
Outstanding. Thank you. All right. I'm going to address some questions here, some excellent questions that are coming through here. I knew that, and I want to be very, very clear. We're going to underpromise and overdeliver. The fact that our websites are very SEO friendly does not guarantee that you're going to achieve top billing. Okay. I don't want anybody walking away from here thinking, oh man, I'm going to get this website and I am assured that I'm going to be at the very top of the list. No, there's a process that goes into that. Some of it is on you with how involved you are with your website and providing content, blogs, all of the above. And the other might be for you to make the investment in some additional training to go ahead and take it to another level. So no guarantees on that. I wanted to make that very, very clear. Next, there's two separate memberships here. There is the standard CDPE membership, okay? That is separate and apart from the advanced. A standard member does not have to opt to join the advanced program, but you cannot join the advanced without being a standard member. It is reserved for active CDPE only. It takes us a little over 2 weeks to go ahead and get the website built and everything else. What I would like to touch on also, and I think it's important, is there's going to be a step that when you go get your monthly campaign, do you want to show the Kartra link, Brandon, and explain to them? I think we can just take 2 or 3 minutes, because there's a bonus here that we haven't talked about. And in terms of how much content they're getting. And I want to make sure that they understand when they go to Kartra, there's going to be one little step that they have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me just share that. So when you click on any of the links from your website,
From the back office, like the ones that Jordan showed. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. From the back office. Let's see if I can go ahead and share this real quick.
And in the meantime,
Can you
what
guys
I'll
see that
answer is,
okay?
yeah. And by the way, folks, you don't have to have a domain name to place the order. You know, reserve your spot, and then you can go on GoDaddy and start playing around with what's available. And you can send us the domain information after getting your order.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
So what?
Tony, let me jump in on the domain name because so many questions on it. I don't want people to make a mistake. So let me give you a couple parameters. Only a .com. Don't do any realtor or any of that stuff. Keep it as short as possible. Think about this. If you're covering a county or you want to go bigger, make it as big as possible. There's people that maybe want to do multiple states. Don't choose something that's hyper local in that case. So keep that in mind. And oh my gosh, whatever you do, no hyphens, okay?
Yeah, and then just to add to that, do not put the word realtor in your domain name. Okay, that is a trademark term. You can use it in conjunction with your name, but if you try to put "I'm your distressed realtor" in
Realtor
whatever,
yeah.
you might get a nasty email from legal department at NAR.
So if
okay?
I say CDPE realtor.com, I'm getting 2 nasty emails.
2 nasty emails.
Okay, just making
No,
sure.
mine will be very delicately written, like saying, "What are you thinking?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump in here real quick if I can
Yeah.
on the domain. So somebody asked, maybe a few people asked, so your website is set up with one primary domain, so for example, saveyourhawaiihome.com. You could, in the future, if you want, you could buy multiple domains and forward them to that one site. So also keep that in mind as well. But we need at least the one domain to set your site up. And
Great. You know what this is a great point from Jack. Jack just put in the chat. He goes, I have 911stopforeclosures.com and shortsalespensacola.com. I would not use the short sale one. There's going to be people that have equity. Okay. And the bottom line is, let's not already send a message to them that they have to sell their house. Let's first send a message to them. Let's stop foreclosure. Let's do what we can do to stop foreclosure, or help you as much as possible to stop foreclosure. So between those two, my primary one would be the stop foreclosure. Now, I might go a step further because I'm always the guy that's looking to protect everyone here. Keep in mind when you make statements like stop foreclosure, what if you can't stop it? What if you can't do it? Does that fall back on you? Does that maybe potentially put you at risk? These are some of the things you want to think about in your messaging. And that might be something that you can add some additional disclaimer content in the information to protect yourself there.
And I also just want to add, for everybody that's currently ordering or going to order, we will follow up with all of you that ordered later today to get the information that we need to get your site being built, okay? So just keep that in mind. Once you order, you don't need to do anything right this second. We'll follow up and personally and get the information from you, okay?
Great. I want to answer Carlos's quick question, turn it over to Brandon, and then I want to share with information on where you become a CDPE. So Carlos, you're not a CDPE yet. We're going to get that information. You're at cdpe.com, but I want to give you a discount code so you can save $100 on taking the class. So if you're not a CDPE right now, the first thing you have to do is get through the class. I have in-person live classes, a couple of them coming up. Actually 3 or 4 of them coming up, and now we're ready to unveil on Wednesday our online on demand. I'll go into some specifics on that in a second, but I really want Brandon to get through a minute or two of showing you this portal, and I want to get done within the hour time spot that we set aside for this.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Also, there's a couple questions in there about renewing. So if you have a link for renewal.
Yes, write to support@cdpe.com. Go ahead, Brandon. Thank
Okay,
you.
Perfect. So when you guys first get your website and you get into your dashboard on the back end and you want to start looking through the assets that will be part of the monthly kit, you're going to come to a site that looks like this. This is a different site where we need to host the memberships. And you're going to have 2 buttons. So the first is getting started. And when you click that, unfortunately, this is the way of the world, but it's going to cost $1 to set it up. $1 lifetime to get basically access into the back end. And the reason this is important is because once you're opted into our website, you won't get spammed. Everything will come directly in. We don't have to worry about compliance things. So that's an important part for us. If you're already a member, you're going to just have to log back in and you're going to come to your portal, which is basically going to look like this, and whatever your username and password is. So you're going to, just to make sure, you got 2 usernames and passwords, ones that you're managing your website from, and the other, this is where your membership assets are going to be hosted.
Fantastic. Will you give me control back? Thank you so very much. Now I want to go ahead and do this really quickly here. There's a couple of folks that are not CDPs on the call. We thought of you. So here's the deal. It's $4.99 for the course normally, and it includes the first year's membership. The membership is only $99 a year. That's the price that it was 12, 14 years ago. This is the price that I have grandfathered in the OGs through the end of this year to do. So if you were a CDP before, and you haven't come back into the fold, time is running out to be able to do so and not be required to take the course again. Now, for those of you that are starting from scratch, you want to take the course. And when you go to cdp.com, it's going to show you an Orlando one, a Broward County one. I'm going to California in December. More is going to be added because I have people reaching out to me all over the country saying, what is it going to take to get you out here? But now I'm so happy to say that our on-demand is ready to launch in 2 days. It's gorgeous. It's almost there. And it's just going to be so easy for you to follow along. You'll have, from the time you get started, you'll have a full year to complete the course. This was the missing piece. I had been doing all the teaching via Zoom and live and in person, and now we're going to take care of that. So for you that are not CDP and want to be, go to cdp.com, select either the online on demand or one of the live in person ones. In the cart, put in save 100. You bring the cost down to $3.99, and just understand we're going to give you access to the online on demand on Wednesday. We're just working through the last beta testing on it to make sure that everything is going like it should. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share so we can bring up the cdpadvance.com again, if you would, Michael.
Yep.
And then what are we up to now?
Let me refresh here. Hold on. What I like seeing this in the comments from the OGs. They're like, wow, this is a huge improvement over the system that we had before, which that's what we strive to do, is to put together a system where it's a complete no-brainer for you. You have the tools, you have the resources to go and have tremendous success with it. So we have 71 spots left.
Wow. All right, folks, any additional questions? I mean, we could go on and on, but this has been months in the work. This has been a real labor of love to get to this point. I could not have done it without Michael, Jeff, and Jordan, and Brandon. And you know what? There's a message there. Why do things alone? There's power in leverage and surrounding yourself with people that are better than you in many other areas, right? Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I teach a lot on lead generation and social media marketing for real estate agents. And I don't know how many times I hear this in class. So I got to be a blogger now. I got to be a video content creator now. I got to be an editor. I got to be a mail out expert. It's like, can I not just do real estate? No, not in today's world. You can't. But when you have a system like this, it allows you to go and focus on what you love, which quite honestly is helping people in a really sticky situation. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing that people are really going to enjoy, is they're going to be able to help their people and not feel like they are overwhelmed by having to create the resources and all the content to make that happen.
And then
Okay, go ahead, Jordan.
real quick, because a couple of people mentioned pages, and somebody asked about, potentially creating another page or site for a different, market or location. So we talked about blog posts, but you can also create pages. So you can come in here and create a page. You can give it any title you want. And then you have this full, easy to use thing. You could just start typing whatever you want in there. And you can even add a YouTube video. It's as simple as copying the YouTube video link and pasting it in. And there you go. You have a video embedded on your page. And then one more quick point is, without you guys, without the agents and the clients, the system doesn't matter. And we really do value feedback. So if you have a suggestion, there's a lot of OGs here, a lot of maybe great ideas. If you want to give us a suggestion, just open up a ticket. You don't have to create a ticket just for a problem or a question. Just give us a feature suggestion and it might be added. Somebody mentioned multiple addresses. I'm actually going to add that to my whiteboard right now as a possibility for a future update. That might be a good idea.
I love this, and we're going to do a lot of best practices. This is going to be fluid, folks. This is something that we're learning and we're growing in as a community. We're going to make this better. And as far as domain names, I want to be careful that I'm not trying to tell you guys what domain name to use or not what to use. Try not to limit yourself. If you're using short sales in your domain name, you're limiting yourself to only a short sale. There's going to be people that are losing their properties that have equity, and those are regular sales. As far as stop foreclosure.online, I'm not the SEO expert. If Jeff is saying anything other than a .com might keep you from getting to the top, I would listen to him. Keep in mind, there's people finding you through searches, and there's people that's clicking on the link and going directly to your page, right? And so it's two different strategies there.
Yeah, let me just quickly jump in on that one, because there's so many questions on domains. So look, if you want to do this in multiple cities, keep it generic. Okay. Saveyourhome.com. And then you could create, like Jordan said, additional domain names and point those to the main one. I hope I'm not going to confuse you. And you could create a page for every city. So there's no limit on this. I did see someone purchased oh my gosh, like a .net. If you have to, you have to, but .online, just don't do it. Here, I mean, we're all getting spammed and scammed by people and all that. It just looks scammy to do a .online, and it's not the best for SEO. Also, domain registers, I know it was posted there, but I want to make sure you got this down. Don't go to any of the cheap domains and all this kind of stuff. Go with GoDaddy or Google. That's your best shot there. It's like $15 a year or less. That's it. So I have to say on that.
All right. So Judy, you can go ahead and write to us directly on that. You said here during the last short sales season, I took another course. calculating sales price. There is no calculating a sale price. What I teach is that until the market changes significantly, the lenders, the servicers, they want market price for their properties. Market price, less repairs. So you do a CMA, you look at the property and say, this is what the property would sell for if it didn't need work. And then you go ahead and work down from there. That's really all there is. As the market continues to change, there's going to be fewer buyers, there's going to be more inventory. Then of course, the servicers are going to have to maybe think twice and say, yeah, we're going to have to start looking at some reductions. But I don't believe that anyone has a magic formula for how much a servicer is willing to take. Start with market and work your way down from there. Anyway, folks, as you can see, this is amazing. I think we're done. We can go on, but we've given you emails to go ahead, and any questions you have, just send to support@cdpe.com. If they are a tech-related question that has to do with the website, I'll forward those to Jordan, and Jordan can respond. But we want to make sure that Hub Central is cdpe.com for the course, and cdpeadvance.com is to sign up for this program. And let's finish on one last note, Michael. How many spots are left of that 100?
All right, we are at 65 spots left.
Wow. Yeah. And this is with most of the folks not being on the call.
Exactly. I think we had like a high point of like 160.
Yeah. So a 408. So no sooner are we done, the recording is ready in about a half hour. And then it gets sent out, and then the fun begins. So don't wait, okay?
Tony, Carlos
yes.
mentioned, would I still have a chance to get the discount advance price once I finish CDPE? He's got to
Here's
go.
what I would do, Carlos. I would sign up for the advanced one right now. And once I see that you have registered for the course itself, then we can do these in tandem, okay? That to me seeing you sign up for the course, we're going to get you through the course and everything. So don't lose your spot. Work parallel there. All right, that's it for now.
Yep.
More to come in the future, I'm sure. Thank you everyone for participating, for being among this very first group to participate in our liftoff. Michael, Jeff, Jordan, Brandon, thank you for everything you're bringing to the equation. And to our members out there, it's all about you. Thank you for supporting us and for helping individuals that are going through this crisis. We're back, and we're going to be stronger than ever. Thank you. Take care.
Glad you guys love it. Thank you.